Hello and welcome to YHTV's Flowing into Awareness with visionary and master intuitive Anatara. This is episode 20. I'm Christina Suzuma, your host of this program. Today's show is Allow Yourself to be Playful. I love that. Hello and welcome, Anatara. Let's play.
Oh, let's indeed. I talk so much about how to find the things that don't flow really well for us, that don't work as we might want them to be within ourselves. And I thought, oh, that's an aspect of who I am. That's an aspect of who we are. And how about all that other part of us, that other huge section of our beings, that is the playful part, that is the spontaneous part, that knows how to take advantage of light and joy and just taking whatever's there and turning it into a giggly bubble inside. And then play can take on so many different forms. It doesn't have to be just a giggly bubble. It doesn't have to make our hearts tingle. It can just make us feel relaxed. It can be playing with our dog or our kids or our friends or the outside world or a surfboard or a wave in the water. Play to me is just about accessing that true stream of spontaneous abandon, that pure stream of, I'm not going to hold on to anything here. I'm going to let it come. I'm going to let it flow through me and around me, and I'm going to let it go. And as it's moving like that within my environment, I'm going to play with it. I'm going to see how I can interact with it without any sort of need or judgment or format. I think that play is really taking ourselves out of the rational much of the time and out of any sort of prescribed concepts we have about how things are supposed to go. So that if we throw a pile of sand at somebody's feet, it tickles and it tingles and it feels good, and it's not an assault and it's not an insult and it's not anything about being mean. It's about, I'm going to tease you and I'm going to see where it goes. So in order to be truly playful, especially in an interactive kind of way, it requires a lot of releasing and relaxing and letting go of those standards that I mentioned before. And it also really helps to be quick in your awareness so that you notice the things you can play with. We spend a lot of time with those blinders on, looking straight forward or looking in one direction, however we like to define it for ourselves. And it becomes so restrictive and so limiting, and we don't see the little play off to the side, wherever it might be, above us, below us. We miss it. We miss our friends when they poke us with a word or a thought or a hug or a kiss blown in the wind, and we miss all of the things around us that we can play with. Imagine if something as simple as making your bed could be playful, and it is. It can be. It is for me all the time. How is it happen when I shake the blankets this way? And I literally have spent a lot of time playing with my 3 grandsons in the past couple weeks. And it's summer and it's bright out and the water is warm and we can throw things on the lawn and we can throw each other into the water and we giggle and we laugh, because none of us is trying to control the moment. None of us is trying to make the moment be anything other than just a moment of play, just a moment of being. And it's really important that when we look at play the way I'm describing it, that we aren't forcing any kind of play. We aren't saying, today I have to play or my life is no good, or today I have to play or I've wasted it. Or if I don't play, I don't know how to be spontaneous. Those are some of the descriptions and dialogues that we need to stop in ourselves. We need to let those go as we let play come through. So I encourage everyone to just really remember what you've always liked to play at. And it might not be the same thing as it was when you were a child, but it could be. And try to imagine what you would do if someone suggested to you that you go and play. We say to children sometimes, oh, just go outside and play. That's not very spontaneous. Once they get outside, they may discover something that is spontaneous, something that's fun, something that's happy, is something that just happens inside them and makes them want to go do it. But as an adult, what do you like to do that's playful? How do you express your playful nature and your playful side? Find it, look for it, but don't push it. And remember that it can be small. It can be really, really tiny, or it can be really, really big. And I know I've been talking about summer and how easy it is to play in beautiful summer weather here in Canada.
I was going to say.
But play can happen anywhere, anytime. Play can happen when you drop something on the ground and it shatters, and you just say to yourself, "Oh, look at that!" and you play with the pieces. You pick them up. You make a game of throwing the pieces into the garbage. Whatever it is, play is everywhere. As long as we don't think that we're not allowed to have it, that we're too tired to have it, or that we can't see it. Change the perspective. Look at the world from that easier place of feeling what might come through you spontaneously, and let that spontaneity turn into play. It's a simple and for me a delicious idea.
Absolutely, I love it. I love it because that's what I truly believe in. And no matter how intense something gets, to laugh and to see some humor, I mean, that's all part of play. And it helps you get through the day so much easier than the heaviness of tired and fatigued and, I'm working. And no, we can play while we work. Look what we're doing now.
I am feeling very, very, very effervescent inside and very playful.
Fantastic. And I feel the same. Oh, it's wonderful. And I'm so glad that you spoke about this because, economically and everything, it's still very heavy in North America and around the world. And people do feel the strains of all that, but we still need to flow through it. We still need to find the essences of moments and times. And the most important time, I think, to tap into the play, at least for me, is when I'm really feeling out of sorts. Then it's like, okay, this is not working. So let's have a good laugh. Let's release that energy and have a good laugh and take care of it, and it's amazing.
I mean, it is truly amazing. And so there's coming from the exhaustion, coming from the stories that we tell ourselves about being tired, as we spoke about last time, moving into an idea that we can be spontaneous, we can turn something that looks really horrible into something a little lighter, and that we can play our way through everything. And it's really important to remember not to blame yourself if you're feeling out of sorts, and not to blame yourself if you're feeling playful.
Yeah, good point.
Just let it be what it is.
Yes.
And know, look, observe, and see where you can become spontaneous.
Yes. And if you do blame yourself when you become playful, you might want to really look at that for a moment.
I would say.
Might want to really look at that and sort of observe and be aware of it.
well, when you were talking about how things are very heavy economically, things are challenging, and there's a lack of work, and there's an extreme. People feel that there's an extreme need to perform and to be on and to exhaust themselves in order to be okay. If we can eliminate that thought and allow ourselves not to blame ourselves for not working hard enough or working too hard, not playing enough or playing too hard, as that focus on blame and judgment vanishes, spontaneity is there no matter what the rest of the state of our being is.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anatara, for playing in the sandbox with us. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, we'd like to thank Segovia Smith and the Yoga Up team for making this possible for us all. I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us on this new platform of education and information and play. We're grateful for your continuous support and look forward to hearing your feedback on how we can serve you better. We invite you to join us live on Tuesdays for Magical Medical Tour at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Eastern. Wednesdays for Trinity of Life at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, followed every other week with Flowing into Awareness with Anatara. You can also contact Anatara by connecting with her and following with her on her Twitter at Anatara, and of course through her own site, anatara.ca. And please, we welcome your comments and suggestions. If you would like to call us and leave us a message on 818 Let's Talk. 818 Let's Talk. Until next time, namaste. YHTV's Trinity of Life. Come join me, Christina Suzama, as I journey to find the many modalities that support individuals, from children to adults to elders, with topics ranging from health and wellness, meditation, and inspirational stories. I invite you to visit yogahub.tv every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern.